So in this section, we're going to group all the parts of our dagger together so we can move it as a single piece. Then we'll move it into position and angle it. And then finally, we'll use the circular pattern tool to make 12 copies of it in a circle. This will make up the majority of our crown. Alright, let's get started then. Because each part of our dagger is an individual solid, it's hard to move the dagger because we'll just move a single piece. Let's go ahead and undo that movement with the undo button at the top left of your screen. To prevent each part from moving by itself as an individual part, we're going to group them all together so they move as one entire unit. To do this, we need to select all of our parts. We can do this just by clicking on each one while holding Shift, and we'll select all of them eventually. And then we'll go up to the Group tab at the top of our screen, and then we'll click on the Group button. There we go. Now they should all be grouped together. We can go ahead and test that the dagger is all grouped together correctly. There we go. Okay, the next step will be moving the dagger away from our sketch plane because we plan on using the vertical line that we used for our handle as the center that we will pattern the rest of the crown around. To move the dagger, we select it, and then we select the Move button at the bottom of our screen. Remember, we only want the crown to be 157 millimeters in diameter. Half of that is 78 millimeters, or thereabout. So let's pull the dagger away by clicking on the arrow and pulling it away from the sketch plane. Then we can precisely type in 78 millimeters, and then just push enter. Now I'm going to take a moment to make our crown look even more twisted. I'll do that just by simply rotating our dagger a little bit using the Move tool. We select the dagger, and then we select the Move tool. And then I'm going to click one of these circles out here and rotate the dagger until it's about 12 degrees off center. I'll push enter on my keyboard to confirm the movement. Okay, it's time now to use the circular pattern tool to pattern these daggers in a circle to create our crown. First we need something to pattern them about though. I'll use the vertical line we used to create our handle as our axis. To unhide the sketch, I'll go over to the right side underneath the Visibility tab and click on Show Sketch. The circular pattern tool is located underneath the Pattern tab. First, the tool needs to know what solids it will be using for the pattern. We will select each component of the dagger. Make sure when selecting these solids that you select the whole solid, not just a face. I personally find it a lot easier to do this if I zoom in and then put my cursor near an edge, and then you'll see the whole solid highlight opposed to just one single face. Now we click on the Axis Selector button and click on the vertical line we used for our handle. We're going to need a lot of daggers to make this crown, so I'll type in 12 for the number of copies. Then I'll push enter and it'll create the pattern for us. Okay, this is looking pretty cool, but notice now that we don't have anything connecting these daggers together. So if we were going to fabricate this, it would just basically a bunch of daggers sitting there. It would fall over and wouldn't be a crown. In this next section, I'll create a little bridge between each dagger, so that way it'll be a solid crown.